This is me and my wife Andrea, and we love transforming spaces. For the last 6 months, we've been in 2 other homes doing some of the biggest projects that we've ever put on YouTube.
This is gorgeous.
But now it's time for us to step back into our own home and do several projects that Andrea has been dreaming of. So welcome to the adventures of my DIY wife and her non-handy husband.
We want to start by saying thank you to Ethos for sponsoring today's video. We wanted to take a minute to talk to you about life insurance. Life insurance is one of those topics that people don't always want to discuss, as death is a sensitive subject. But knowing your options and being prepared for the worst case scenario is smart. Most of you know that we have 4 kids, and if anything were to happen to either one of us, we want to do whatever we can to make sure that there is not an unneeded financial burden on top of dealing with a huge loss. According to the USDA, it costs about $234,000 to raise a child, and that's not even considering college tuition. Having life insurance can help ensure that our kids have financial support if something were to ever happen to us. In our experience, life insurance has felt a little bit time-consuming and confusing sorting through all of the options, but Ethos focuses on creating a seamless customer experience with a 100% online application process. By eliminating medical exams and blood tests, Ethos is able to cover people in minutes instead of weeks. In most cases, getting coverage in the same day. It only took us a few seconds to receive a quote. You simply answer a few medical questions online. Everything was really straightforward and not intimidating. One of the top reasons that people do not get life insurance is because they think it is too expensive, but with as little as $10 a month, you could protect your family. We decided to get life insurance when we were still in our 20s because according to Investopedia, life insurance cost actually increases 8 to 10% each year you wait, with that number increasing to 9 to 12% more each year after you turn 50. With Ethos's easy application process, there really is no reason to wait. So if you're interested in learning more about Ethos or getting your free life insurance quote, be sure to see my link in the description below.
It was time to start work for the week, but we were having a tough time getting our mojo going.
Said I'm too tired to start.
Maybe we should do like a glamour shoot before we start.
Work it, work it. What is going on here? You big weirdo.
Maybe we should just stick to DIY projects and
I think that's
not do modeling, you know?
Alright, it's a new day. We're ready to finish up all of this trim in here. We didn't quite get it finished the last time we were in here. We're feeling a little bit sluggish today, having a bit of a hard time actually getting started though.
But we're gonna do it. Let's do it. We're gonna make it happen, right?
Yep.
It's a great day. It's gonna be an amazing day. Let's hug.
Oh baby!
It's so humid out here.
Oh, my glasses are fogging up.
So is the camera lens. Wipe this little lens off here.
After measuring, I cut the last few 1x3s and 1x2s to finish off the top portion of the trim.
How many more?
2 more.
And a 2. Ooh, the little baby piece. Nice, babe. Nice.
All right, I just finished the shiplap and the little trim on top. There was actually not very much left at all. I've got to get a little bit more baseboards that will go underneath the rock wall over here where we had to cut it. So I'm going to finish up the baseboards on the shiplap whenever we do that. Next, we're going to move on to making a little desktop area with some leftover plywood. I have from building all of those kitchen cabinets recently. We used to have a small play kitchen in this little nook, but since all of our kids have outgrown the play kitchen, we decided to replace it with a built-in desk for more art space. I started out by measuring the nook to see how wide I needed to cut the piece of plywood for the desktop. After I cut the plywood for the desktop, I went ahead and cut 1x2 boards that would be the support for the plywood to sit on. How did I cut it the wrong? It's really annoying. Measure twice, cut once. Man, I'm like off today. What happened?
This is not scripted. This is real deal.
Stop.
Found a spare. This is a potential solution without having to go to Lowe's. This would be a miracle. Okay, what number are we aiming for here?
57 and a half.
57 and a half. I'm going to help you reference it. Show it to me. Show it to me. 57 and a half. The test. You've passed the test. How's it look?
Okay, I think it fits. Alright, the desktop fits. I still need to cut a 1x2 that's going to go across the front of it, and I'll stain it at the same time. We're going to go ahead and take this outside along with this old table so we can sand them both down, stain them at the same time, and then later we'll apply the top coats to both of them. Get this thing looking like new.
It's a big puppy. Oh,
She's a beaut.
Don't be. Once we got the table and desktop outside, I went ahead and sanded them down using my random orbital sander. Maybe I should go get that 80 grit. After sanding and then blowing off all of the sawdust, I used Minwax stain in the color Golden Oak to stain the desktop and the table. Oh, Dean, it's starting to rain! As I was finishing the desktop, we started noticing raindrops, and so we moved everything inside the sunroom so we could finish up.
Well, that's looking rather ominous.
Alright, so we just barely got the stain on the table and the desktop before it started to rain, so we're going to take this opportunity for a lunch and a Lowe's break.
Yo,
What?
where are we going?
Place called Snooze.
You snooze, you would.
Go.
Go! Pull on in here. We can push it together. This is so sweet. What would you think about me getting a scooter? Just don't make any sharp turns, okay? Where are we going next?
We're going to Joann's to get fabric for the bulletin board.
Yeah?
I'm actually going to be covering the cork in fabric. I already bought the cork stuff.
Did you?
I bought it without Dean, so it's not videoed. What are you doing?
Okay, great.
Should I video you over there?
Yeah. Just trying to catch high quality videos over here.
Also, this is why in our videos I'm always driving, which is really funny because in real life I never drive.
She never drives,
Dean
ever.
always drives, and so it's so funny if we're filming. I'm like, oh, I have to drive.
True statement. Oh, babe, would you just look at this? Oh, babe, would you just look at these? Oh, babe, would you look at the leopard print?
I used to come home here all the time. This was like my home away from home, like Lowe's is now.
She used to have a bang-up Etsy shop. What happened to that Etsy shop? Could you clue us in?
It did really well. I figured out that I didn't like making the same thing.
Could we say it did too well and you had to make 43 gobble dresses in 1 month?
Dresses and little ties and bow ties and shoes, and I would make the little, like, what are the hats? Little newsboy hats. They're so cute. It was fun.
Yeah.
Creative outlet.
That's right. Ah, you got the goodies. All right, let's head back, get back to work, yeah? Get the goods out. Geez, that sun has really come out. It is pounding. Time for the circus board. Wobbler.
All right, so I picked up these really thin rolls of cork stuff at Michael, and they are 2 feet by 4 feet-ish. And I'm actually gonna use that really thin 1/4 inch plywood that we got and high strength spray adhesive to attach these onto the plywood and then wrap the entire thing in fabric before I build a frame that'll then cover all the edges.
Look at that freshly mowed yard.
After spraying the adhesive on the board and the cork board, I grabbed Dean's help to set it in place, and this is definitely easier done with 2 people.
And this is definitely one of those jobs that you think will go faster than it really does, but you do what you gotta do to get it done.
Once we had all of the cork attached, I trimmed off the excess using a utility knife. Oopsies. Then I sprayed adhesive over the entire surface and we brought it inside to cover it in fabric.
A giant spider web.
Okay, so just help me pull it really tight. In hindsight, spraying the entire surface with the adhesive was an unnecessary step as it didn't seem to hold the fabric in place any better and actually seemed to make it more difficult to pull the fabric tight. After I had the fabric in place, I came back with my staple gun and stapled all along the back edges, being sure to pull the fabric tight as I went.
Wrestling it now?
Should we go see how big it's going to be in the room?
Yeah.
This big empty room. I like this.
Nice.
Yeah. They have a lot of art stuff. They're going to love this. I'm the queen of like overestimating. It's already time to leave to get the kids now. This is real life projects. It always takes longer than you think it will. Going and picking up any materials always feels slow. I forget to count that into the project time.
Project timelines are not your strong suit.
But this looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm happy with this. Get a close-up of that texture. I got like kind of a bigger weave like this so that we can stick the little push pins in it. And it doesn't like make holes in like a real fine fabric. Alright, so we left several projects not quite finished, so we're going to start out getting those finished first with building a frame for our bulletin board, which you can see our kids have already started using. They're so excited about it, which is awesome. I'm like, they're already using this more than they're using the rock climbing wall, and so this is great. We're gonna build a simple frame that I'm not going to attach yet because I want to build it and then paint it before I attach it and hang it. But let's get started with that.
Look at the strength of this woman.
Don't want my saw dropped again.
Hey, come on now. Are you thinking?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to try and explain how I'm building this frame because I haven't really seen it done like this before, but it makes sense in my head. So I'm going to be building a frame first out of 1x2s, and these are all pre-primed since I'm going to paint this the same green that I'm using on all the built-ins in there. On top of that, I will build a frame that will be a little bigger, and it's basically going to sit right on top of my 1x2s, and this will be the main frame that you see out of the 1x3s. It'll probably make more sense as you actually see me doing it, but hopefully that helps a little bit.
Oh, it's clear as mud. Thank you for that explanation.
That's usually how it goes, I guess. Let's see if this whole thing is like...
Hey, could we have no miscuts today? I want to go one day in our lives without going to Lowe's, you know what I'm saying?
I need to go to Lowe's for other stuff.
Oh, come on, babe. So how's that humidity feeling on you right now?
It's a little bit humid.
The humidity is currently 82%.
82%?
To assemble the first 1x2 frame, I used pocket holes and screws, and it didn't take long until I ran into my first problem.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. No. What happened here, darling?
Pine is really soft. This is annoying. This is the part of the frame that you're only going to see like from the side behind the main frame. I might even just try and put pocket holes on this side, and if I can get it to stay together, then once I glue everything else on it, it'll be fine.
Alright, how did the surgery go, doctor?
It's a lie. It's gonna make it.
He's gonna make it, guys. Thank you, doctor.
Just doing my job.
Could I take you out to dinner to thank you, maybe?
Alright, so the 1x2 part of the frame that is going to go around the bulletin board is done, and I need to just figure out what length I need to cut my 1x3 boards to so that I can attach the bulletin board to the back. It is so hot, I can hardly even think. Oh, there's a breeze!
Yes.
Wow, that feels so much better.
Wave it in.
We're getting so much rain, which is awesome. We need it really bad, but we are making up for the whole summer with no rain. Once I finished building the 1x2 frame that would go around the bulletin board, I started working on the 1x3 frame that would go on top of the smaller frame.
Alright, hey babe, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but your cameraman, he's quitting. He's hired out somebody else because it's so hot out here. Man, Texas, you need to simmer on down. I brought you a gift.
Oh, thanks. It's a little bright. Oh, that's much better.
As you can see here, it's very hot outside, causing this creature to sweat profusely.
Once I had both parts of the frame built, I went ahead and brought it all inside just to make sure that the bulletin board fit inside of it. Alright, so I just wanted to lay it out and double check that it actually fits around the bulletin board before I screw it all together, paint it, and then figure out I made a mistake later, but it does fit, so I'm going to screw these together and then we're going to paint them before I actually attach it to the bulletin board later. That's it, yeah. Alright, so all of this fits. We're done with it for now because the next step will be painting it all before then we attach this to the frame. So we're gonna move on to this little desktop area over here and attach the little 1x2 boards that I've already cut to hold up the desktop that look like the right height.
Yeah, I think so.
I used the level and wood screws to attach 1x2s to the wall that would act as the support for the plywood desktop that I cut earlier. So I think I did it a little bit too high for these little chairs, but I like the way this height looks. Like it fits this space well. So I have an idea.
Hey-o.
This is like nice for a kid because it's a little bit lower. I thought I needed like kind of a miniature size because it's a small area, but I might just take these back and get 2 more of these, which are a little more practical because then our older kids can use it. Might be a cool little homework spot.
Yeah, we could call it the cave.
Maybe also it's Monday and I don't want to move the desktop.
Maybe also that. I mean, but probably not. Probably
Let's
not.
be real honest.
Yeah, I'm liking it from back here. I think it looks good.
It looks good. I'm leaving it. I need to cut the 1x2 that's going to go across the front of that board to hide the edge.
The sun has overtaken you. You look like an angel of light. Honey, is it you or is it an angel?
What are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing out here?
Getting the 1x2 ready. After cutting and staining a pine 1x2, I used glue and a brad nailer to attach it in place. Alright, so the desk fits. I've got the 1x2 board on there. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out because we need to add the polyurethane top coat. Am I even using the right word now? I'm going blank.
You're asking me?
We need to add a protective top coat onto the desktop as well as the table that we refinished. So I'm going to pull this out and we'll go do that.
Seems to be the problem here.
Oh my gosh, it's stuck. The bad thing about old houses is none of the walls are straight or square, and now I can't get it out. I'm starting to break it off. Oh no.
There you go.
I decided to use Dixie Belle's Big Mama's Butter.
Big Mama's butter?
Big Mama's butter?
I know. I really just wanted to say that. It smells so good. I got the orange one. I have the orange one. It smells good. I decided to use the same wax for a top coat on the big table, and right as I finished, it started to rain again. Is it raining?
Yes, that's a yes.
It wasn't supposed to start raining for a few more hours. I'm thankful for the rain, but also we keep having to move tools back and forth. You took my pencil and your shoe. What in the world? Alright, so since it's raining a little bit outside, we're going to go ahead and start working on pulling off this rock climbing wall. I am pretty sure I didn't glue this to the drywall. If I did, we're going to have to like replace the drywall. So hopefully this is possible and the wall is not like too damaged, but we're about to find out. And again, while this rock climbing wall was awesome for a season, our kids are all getting big and have outgrown it, and to be honest, it is just not getting used. What they are currently all into is all kinds of art projects, so we will be replacing this rock climbing wall with a giant bulletin board that they can display all of their projects on. Oh! I got handsome. Oh, I stepped on your leg.
I'm holding
oh my gosh.
a skill knife here.
Okay, so now the fun part, we have to try and get the screws out of here. And so Dean is going to be trying to dig out some of the paint and whatever I used, caulk, wood filler. Also, if you're ever wanting to make a rock climbing wall like this, all I did was use a bunch of solid, I used tongue and groove boards. You could also use a big sheet of plywood, put it up on your board, screw it into the studs, and then you can attach your rocks to that. Super simple. Don't glue it. And maybe don't fill in your screw holes, you know.
Don't fill in your screw holes. All right, start that time lapse.
So I think all these bottom boards, they're like half falling down. So we're gonna try and pull those off, but gonna need hands and helping hands. Here, we don't want to let it crash. So put your hand under that. No, oh, okay, sorry. Ah! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have some patching to do.
Yeah, I might have a little patching to do. Success! Mission completed.
Look how dirty the wall is next to it. Oh my gosh. I have some cleaning to do and some painting and some patching.
Well, nice work in the playroom this week, babe. And I think this project just shows how when you're doing something like this, there are just 101 details that don't always get shown, but you've got to power through those to get to the end of your project. So nice work.
Yeah, we made great progress this week. I mean, like normal, I thought we would do like 3 times as much as we did, but even though I've done these kind of projects for so many years now, I still like underestimate how all of those little details really do add up, but we're moving along, it's looking good, and I'm really excited to just see it all come together.
So next week, we get into some of the heavy hitters of this project, which includes painting. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned because things get really exciting in the next video, and so we will catch you very soon. And action.
Whoa! Married a very weird person.
Is that one for me? I've called you into my office today because I wanted to talk to you about
Your hair? Look at his hair.
Do you ever have those times when you take a shower and then go to bed and wake up? Your hair looks like this?
Time for a nap first.
Nap? I just feel like a lot of things have gotten in between us lately.
Some really big things.
Yeah. What are you coloring, big man? Whoa, that's cool. You colored that?